Good morning, children. So today we will continue with the lesson, the souvenir. In last lecture, we saw that how Sally got an opportunity to go to space. In today's lecture, we shall see how she spent her 3 days on moon. A jam-packed means extremely crowded 3 days program awaited the children on the moon. According to the Earth's calculation, on the moon there were 15 days of daylight and 15 days of night time. The 3 days of the trip were going to be the part of night time on the moon. One of the most important programs of the first day was Skywatch. On the Earth, it was usually foggy, means not clear, and the stars were seen rarely and only very faintly, means slightly. There were no atmosphere on the moon. On the dark background of the moon sky, the stars shone dazzling bright, means extremely bright. The most attractive view was that of the disk of the Earth. In the moon sky, the Earth looked 13 times bigger than the moon in the Earth sky. It was also 70 times brighter. The Earth light fell on the moon. This beautiful, enchanting, means attractive view made Sally and her friends ecstatic, extremely happy. They fell asleep feeling happy, excited and comfortable at the same time. So extremely busy tight program was scheduled for children for their 3 days trip on moon. On moon there were 15 days daylight and 15 days night time. So these children 3 days program was scheduled during night time on moon. So we will see how the 3 days of program was arranged. First day program was to watch the sky. So on the earth, it is usually foggy, for that we can't see stars clearly. But since there was no atmosphere on the moon, and on the dark background of moon, the stars could be seen very brightly. The most attractive view which children like was disk of the earth. So from the earth we can see moon like round chapati or like pizza in size. But on moon children could see earth 13 times bigger than moon which we see from the earth and also 70 times brighter than moon. This beautiful, attractive, energetic view made Sally and her friends very happy. The second day's attraction was the circus on the moon. One unique, means unusual feature of the circus was the sitting arrangement. The spectacles, that is, one who watched the show, were made to sit in the tent. Tent means shelter made of cloth. And the circus was going on outside. High jump and long jumps were the special attractions. One gymnast jumped 27 meters high. On both the days, beside the main attraction, much time was reserved for visiting the various settlements there. It was expected that the students should spend some time for self-study. The teacher had assigned them the task of writing an essay on how they spent their time on the moon, which places they visited, what they observed, etc. Sally and her friends have traveled far and wide, means across a large area, and had done lot of sightseeing. So now let us see about the second day. Children, many of you might have seen circus. This circus usually take place in tent. So on the moon too, arrangement was made for spectators for children to see circus. And main attraction of circus were high jump and long jump. Beside this, on second day, children were asked to visit, explore different places on moon. It was the time given for self-study, because after that they were asked to write an essay on how they spent their time on moon. For that, Sally and her friends had traveled far and wide. On the third day, their teacher took them to a place of historical importance. 100 years ago, Neil Armstrong had landed at this place. Everyone was looking forward to this visit to the historical monument. It was the oldest place in the history of a man on the moon. The first footprint of Neil Armstrong was preserved, maintained on the moon land. Beside the footprint was a grand statue of Armstrong. At the base of the statue were cut to produce an object. The first words uttered means said something or make a sound by a human on the moon. One small step for a man, one giant leap of mankind. Now it was the last day, third day of the trip. So on the third day, teacher took children to the place of historical importance. It was a place where Neil Armstrong has first put his footprint on the moon. Neil Armstrong was an American astronaut. He was the first person to walk on the moon. By the side of the footprint, there was a statue of Neil Armstrong, and the first words uttered said by Neil Armstrong on moon were, "One small step for a man, one giant leap of mankind." The next attraction for the children was that they were going to wear the spacesuit for the first time. Then they were going to roam outside, experiencing the gravitational force of the moon. Be careful when you walk, dear children. Don't run or sprint, means run at full speed. You will fall. The teacher was warning repeatedly. But who was in the mood to listen? They hopped, meant jumped, and ran around. The children were excited to wear spacesuit for the first time. After wearing spacesuit, they were going out to settlement to roam outside. Teacher told children to be careful, but no one was in mood to listen. All children were excited. They jumped, hopped, and ran all around. Buy ornaments specially made from the stones on the moon. Very cheap. Cheap means low in price. Cheaper than those available in the shops in the settlement. Cheaper and better. At least have a look. The roadside shopkeepers screamed at the top of their voice, "Buy, sister, buy. I am selling these earrings really cheap." Saying this, he approached Sally and displayed, when shown, the set of shining stone earrings. Sally suddenly remembered her mother. Tomorrow they were to start on their return journey. She had completely forgotten her mother in the last 3 days. She felt terribly guilty. "Buy this, sister. Don't think much. Cheaper and better. Take it." Sally looked around. The other children had proceeded ahead. "Come on, give me those red earrings quick." Sally pointed at them and asked, "What's the price?" "Only 1,000 rupees," replied the salesman. Sally immediately paid the amount, took the earrings, and ran to catch up with her friends. So your road shopkeeper started screaming to children to buy earrings. One shopkeeper approached Sally and showed her a set of shining stone earrings. Sally suddenly remembered her mother. She had completely forgotten her mother in last 3 days of her trip. She had not taken anything for her mother, so she decided to bring something for her mother. So one shopkeeper insisted Sally to take earring. Sally pointed on red earrings and said, "Shopkeeper, to give fast," since her other friends had gone further. She immediately paid 1,000 rupees of those red earrings and ran and to catch up her friends. On returning home, Sally told her mother very enthusiastically, means excitedly, "Mummy, look what I brought for you." Her mother picked up the earrings. She exclaimed, "Hello, dear. How am I going to wear such heavy earrings?" Sally immediately realized her mistake. Sally had purchased the earrings in the field of Moon's gravity. So Sally was very happy, excited to give her mother earrings which she had brought from Moon. But her mother could not wear those earrings because they were very heavy. Sally took those earrings from outside of settlement, from roadside in the field of Moon's gravity. For that she was not able to understand the weight of the earrings. So Sally realized her mistake and she thought that she should have followed the instructions which were given to her. Thank you, children.